Sent out the notifications.
All right.
People a second to get here. I'll check our audio real quick. Get here. I'll check our audio real quick. Get here. I'll check. All right, we sound good. Awesome. All right, it's time to go.
All right.
Once the claws come out, it's time to go.
Yeah. I'm not taking scratches right now.
Well, the cats weren't allowed in the office at all before because of the green screen. They would tear it up. But since I got the office cleaned up and I got the green screen pulled down, I started opening the door and letting them in. They're a lot happier now.
Yeah. Careful, they'll take advantage.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm happier, but they are.
In their nature.
All right. Well, while we wait for people to get here, are you ready for our pre-show topic?
Yes, I'm ready for the pre-show topic.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have one more. I said it was the last time, but I found some more. Tomino versus Quaker.
Okay. All right. I really feel I'm a terrible disadvantage on this, but of course with some of the names, I think just about everybody, I think Quakers are a terrible disadvantage with this. I'm not sure.
Your first name is Anna Hannah.
Anna Hannah?
Uh-huh.
Tomino.
Yeah, that's a Tomino name. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, Remoss. Yes.
I forgot to open up Restream. I can't see the chat. They be talking so much crap. It's somewhere up here. Did I pass that? Is that it?
You got it, or you need a link?
No, I got it. I got it here.
Okay. Well, it's a Tomino name, Remoss. You got it. The next one is Love Beer.
I got some relatives that are unofficial. We're not talking about nicknames here, right?
Right. Yeah, no, this is their actual legal name.
Yeah. You know what? Quaker. Yeah. I'm going to go Quaker.
It's Quaker. Your next one is Tri Grove.
Ooh. Heck, you got to throw Final Fantasy in on that name. Where is it? You know, there's no. Tri Grove. Oh, that's gonna be close. I'm gonna go Quaker.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Quaker.
Is a Quaker name.
Okay. All right.
Your next name. Go ahead.
Tri. That's like too short for a Tomino first name, really.
Yeah.
It's gonna have. It can't be. It's gotta have two. I can't explain it. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Next up is Wonderful Warwick.
I think that's a character in the True Blood series, isn't it?
I was gonna say I think I saw them in Supernatural last week.
Supernatural or something like that. Come on. Isn't he a fairy? Oh wow. All right. Say the name one more time.
Wonderful Warwick.
Quaker.
That is a Quaker name.
Okay.
We and Remoss are finally on different sides of the divide now.
Yeah. That was a tough one though. I was definitely leaning towards Tomino. Definitely. I mean, there is something in there, but it's a little too. I don't know.
If I'd told you that the Warwick ended with an E, you'd have known right away it's Quaker. Hey, well,
I'm glad you're here, sir.
Your next name is Marker Clan.
I'm pretty sure that game has been advertised to me on YouTube. Tomino.
That one is a Tomino name.
Tomino, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He is the navigator along with Job John from the White Base in First Gundam.
Okay, cool. All right.
Rutarion. I'm sorry. Let me get this right. Rutarion Reddle.
Rutarion
Reddle.
Like, that's a great sci-fi name, but I really want it to be for a Quaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to go Quaker.
Okay.
Just as wishful thinking.
Rutarion Reddle is a Quaker name.
Okay. Yeah.
You're on it tonight.
Imagine eating that guy out in the field. What's his name? Rutilleron. He's a what? A Roman gladiator?
Sounds like it.
Come on. Ah.
Your next name is Old Craven.
Old Craven. Okay, I have no idea. Tamino.
That one is a Quaker name.
Okay.
Oh, Remus is coming back. He's still one down from you, but he's coming back.
Okay.
Your next name is Piper Lou.
Piper Lou.
Mm-hmm.
New character on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Piper Lou. Tamino.
That one is a Tomino name.
Yeah. Okay.
Got to send one notification. I don't want to get in trouble for not.
Fool.
Your next one is Dabba My Road. That's fair, Leos. That's fair.
All right. Dabba
My Road.
My Road. Dabba My Road. Out there just doing this down the highway. Dabba My Road. Tamino.
That one is a Tomino name, yes. He is from Elgheim, heavy metal Elgheim. He's the main character.
All right.
Your next name, you have three more.
Three more. Okay.
Your next name is Roy Revan.
Ooh. I don't know if that's Quaker or Tamino, but it might be the name of my next character. That's pretty good.
It's a good name. I played hardball with these this week. I found good ones.
Roy Revan.
Hey, Dark.
What up, Dark? Roy Revan. Tamino.
It is a Tomino name, yes.
Okay.
Understandable. You got two more names. Jim Stiff.
Tamino.
That is a Tomino name, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is 100% a Tomino name. And your last name, Adenauer Pariah.
Pariah?
Hmm?
That'd be a weird name in a religious setting. I'm going to go Tamino, but...
It is Tomino.
Okay.
And I'm kind of surprised that Remus and Dark both missed that one. It's just a little short thing, but that's the name of Quest Pariah's dad in Char's Counterattack. He's mentioned like 3 times in that entire movie and never again. But Adenauer Pariah.
Okay. All right. I understand. Yeah, but Pariah is a weird name for a Quaker.
Yeah.
Or anybody who's in any kind of sect, I guess. I don't know what word to use.
Well, I knew if I choose Quest, then everyone would know, because everybody hates Quest. But all right. So that'll bring us into the main show. But good job, sir. That was a clean sweep.
Well, thank you. On that was luck. It was my lucky day. I did that.
So, hello and welcome.
Yes.
To an episode of the Full Spectrum Podcast. My name is Trey.
I am Rungren.
And right at the start here, we need to hit some announcements. As Remus just pointed out, that's very fair. I got more responsibilities at work, a promotion you could say, and so I'm having to step back from some of the stuff on the channel, and that includes the Tuesday show, the Thursday show, and Rungren's going to step back from, of course, both of those shows that he was involved in as well, but also the Wednesday show. So moving forward, it'll be Mondays and Fridays. We'll still talk about Gundam. We're still watching Gundam.
Come on, Trey.
I know. I'm getting to it, Will. I got to come on, Trey. We're still going to talk about Gundam. We're still going to talk about gaming stuff. We'll just do that on Mondays. I know we announced it yesterday, but we wanted to go ahead and have one final podcast today because we knew not everybody watched on Monday, like Dark.
Yeah.
But this is not something that I can just be like, I can manage. I have to step back for my job. But we're still going to be here. Mondays and Fridays, there's still going to be YouTube videos. Rundgren's still making music. We're still going to be in the Discord. There was the disappointed redeemed. You know, I understand for sure. There's a part of me that definitely doesn't want to let go of the podcast either after 341 episodes. But we really do appreciate everybody that has watched, everybody that has been a part of it on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. You know, we're not going to be finishing the SCPs that way, but we may, bring them back for something else later. May do a video series on them, like with the Magnus stuff, and try to do something with that. We'll see how it goes, Yeah, it's a lot, Dark. It's a lot of stuff. And with my new responsibilities, I can't commit to that strict of a schedule, If we tried to get the podcast still going, it would be, hey, this week we got to cancel. Oh, well, next week we also got to cancel. And the week after we got, but then we got one here out of the blue, and I don't really want to do that to it,
Yeah.
So we're going to have one final podcast tonight. We're going to have a good time. But as I know you do, I wish you could be there for Fridays. We do some weird stuff sometimes, Waverly. At the top of the show, though, I just want to shout out real quick. Check out that link that just came up in the chat to go check out Rundgren's music. Put out another new song today, I believe.
Yes, it did. It came out today. Yes.
Good stuff there. Go check it out if you haven't.
Appreciate that, man.
And I think that covers all the housekeeping stuff for the intro, all the announcements. I think we're good there. Mm-hmm. We can throw it over to our pop quiz.
And the pop quiz, first we're going to talk Gundam first.
Oh.
Yeah, you have a good chance of showing me up before I ask you 10 questions that nobody knows the answer to, and then make fun of you for not knowing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because when it comes to Gundam, I got to bow to some of y'all out there. You know who you are. I know nothing. So far, I think my favorite thing.
That's fair, Remus. That's fair.
Yeah. So we're doing Gundam first?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. We'll mix it up tonight, make it all weird. Okay. I think my favorite thing so far about this whole series that we're on is George Glenn.
Okay.
That's like, and just because that's the same reason that I would like Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
Or Helldivers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why I like the commercials for Helldivers.
Yeah.
It's George Glenn. He was the first coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
He is. Oh, sorry, spoilers. I guess.
Oh, Dark is ahead of us. I was making sure Dark doesn't spoil for you.
Okay. Yeah. The first coordinator, generally, he's Captain America.
Yeah.
That is what he is. And not even that much of a diversion. Instead of going into World War II, they put him in space.
Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate. Wait, really? Well, I mean, the last thing we left off with was recap, so it's kind of hard to explain, but we're on Earth. We just made it to Earth.
Yes. I don't know, man. We talked about this the other day, just talking about the experience with Gundam going along with like each episode.
Yeah.
Like with each series. Like there's so many of them where you get this ball at the beginning of like, all right, this can go somewhere.
Hmm.
And then it becomes like, okay, we got to stretch this out for 50 episodes.
Yeah.
And we forgot what we're going to say, what we're going to write about.
There's no reason to have 2 recap episodes back to back. Why? Yeah. Why?
Yeah, that's a good point. We actually mentioned that the other day. It's like that, not totally against the recap episode, but where you're doing it at this point.
Yeah.
And at the intro, so I don't know.
Oh, intro of every episode is at least a minute and a half of recap.
Yeah.
Reused footage.
Yeah. And the
Don't blame
Okay, yeah. Flaying Kira, her overcoming her hatred of coordinators.
Yeah.
Because he's cute. And she likes him.
Well, and also
And
she's a
then
little nuts. She's a little
she is,
gonzo.
she's absolutely nuts. I said she was cute, right? That
Yeah. We're going back to weeks. We're gonna do Gundam. We're gonna go back to weeks. Don't worry.
No, I don't have much to say about it. Anyway, so yeah, I wanted to get this down because it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Once we got to catch up. I'm trying to think of the biggest, the biggest thing that's like holds
Not
my
yet.
mind
No,
at
not
this
yet.
point. At this point, well, there are like two of them. Like the one where everybody lists the military, right? That's just kind of like, all right, well, that's space propaganda. Here we go.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're going to be seeing Space Force commercials kind of like that pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
But that and the death of what's her name's dad, the ambassador.
Yeah, Flay's dad. Yeah, Mr. Ulster.
Yeah. Through that kind of stands out, and it's, but at the same time, it's like that scene's such a big, like that's a moment,
mm-hmm.
and I don't know that it's gonna capitalize off anything other than Flay's gonna miss her dad.
Yeah, there's also like
Flay, he's a lot more sympathetic now. Yes, her dad's dead.
The entire fleet, the entire Rear Admiral fleet gets wiped so that they can get to Earth. And I feel like it just doesn't matter that they died, right? Like that fleet got walked through by 6 mobile suits and they're just done.
Got a strike tanker. Can I have that?
Yeah.
No, it is yeah. there's a lot of dead people now in this. They killed a lot indiscriminately. When you overpower a force in the way that they did, okay, with the mobility that they had, they could have disabled every one of those warships' guns.
Oh yeah.
Quickly and efficiently with minimal casualties, if any, with the way that the guns work or the suits work.
Yeah.
During that battle, because they are, once again, they're in hyper mode.
Yeah, they're unstoppable.
Yeah, we went from way back when Gundam, where it's like, no, you don't take a Gundam against a battleship.
Right.
You won't survive. Or you don't take a suit against a battleship. You won't survive. Where it's like, okay, now there's 4 and they're taking out all the battleships.
Yeah. Well, and Atherin starts his name. I read chat at the same time. He starts that fight shooting just the turrets, right? And he acts like there's a much easier way to do it and just kills 3 warships instantly.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's what I'm
this
saying.
war's over, man.
They could have disarmed that whole area.
Nickel.
Like that. That war is over.
Yeah.
Either you let them all go home or you hold them hostage for a little bit and say, hey, we're not doing this anymore. I don't know. It's just, it's a weird, a very forced story in a way, But they have to kind of go like, we're not doing this. The guns are going to be as powerful as they need to be in this episode.
Yeah, that's what I said. They were taking out the turrets and stopping the ships, but Izak and Diarca just started wrecking them. And then, if that wasn't bad enough, you want to convince me there's an actual war going on, the Gundams being the thing that sways it all, sure. But 3 Gens are flying through there, also wiping out warships like they're nothing. This fight should have been over long ago.
And they would be annoying.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a weird. Even in some of the rhythm feels off.
Yeah.
For the story,
Mm-hmm.
It's like you go from having this girl hostage, next thing you know, everything else is wiped out. I don't know.
Yeah.
These weird jumps that happen kind of quick.
It's also the stuff with Izak could have been so good, where like, Kira gets a hit in on him with seed mode, which still isn't explained at the end of these episodes, like where he goes like super coordinator or whatever, and
ships go bang.
He gets that hit in on him and he hurts him, and then Izak wants revenge and he goes into Earth's atmosphere trying to get him, and then the ship gets in between them and Izak shoots it. Like, that all could be really good, but Kira doesn't even know Izak. They've never met. They've never exchanged words. It's just nothing.
It's a cheap. They have a very cheap hook in that. Hey, it's a little girl that gave her the paper flower. You remember her? Yeah, she dies here.
Yeah,
this is what happens to her. So get mad.
Yeah,
and it's kind of at many points you're kind of like, both of y'all just need to shut up.
Yeah,
No,
it's really poorly done. I love the Seed manga, not the Seed main story manga, all the side story mangas. And it makes me really sad to see these characters that go on in some of the side story mangas to do really cool stuff and have great arcs be treated like this. This is not what I want for them.
Yeah, I mean, you can set up just some thoughts setting up those scenes, I guess, maybe. But it's a little bit frustrating to me because we had talked about the Gundam the other day because we were talking about Gundam games.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it seems there's a lack of them.
Yeah,
and I can't really claim to be a Gundam fan. I know way more about Gundam than I would otherwise.
Yeah, you're right, Rebus.
Right. But but I get to see, because of Discord, I get to see like really cool Gunpla put together.
Yeah.
You get to see these suits. Like, that's cool. That suit, just trying to wail on that suit while it's trying to wail on it, and they're going back and forth. That would be awesome to watch.
Yeah.
So why can't they tell a story around that?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly, Dark. Yes. Exactly. I get to go. Like I say, I haven't seen all the Gundam. So there's a lot I don't know, but the suits look, I've never had a problem with any of the suits or the idea behind what it is. It's just the execution. Yeah. Maybe it's just the execution for the English audience, so to speak. But I'm not sure that's it.
Yeah, I think he's really gonna like build fighters when we get there, and we have had a couple of like decent. I say decent, like we've had a couple of good fights in the series. Amuro versus Rambaral, the Bernie and Christina in 0080, the Zaku versus the Hazel. Like, there's been a couple of good fights, but most of it is just clash.
True. And Amuro versus Rambaral, you've got some thoughts to chew on going into when they meet up.
Yep.
About who he is and who he is already. Why Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Red Assault, you're going to the ocean.
No, Rambaral still the real OG Rambaral.
That Rambaral and Tankman.
Yep.
Like two of the best.
Yep.
Like single individual.
Oh, that fight was so good. The Hidalfir versus those Zakus.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Both of and those to me, those are like two of the best deaths in all Gundam. Mm-hmm. And one of them was Igloo. That's kind of counts as fan made.
Yeah.
If I understand correctly.
Yeah, it is the Igloo fight.
Yeah, Igloo. I'm very glad you now to show me that because as sad as it, I think Igloo shows what Gundam could be.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm biased. Maybe I don't know.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair. All right. Well, shall we move on, or do you have any other thoughts about these episodes of Gundam?
No, I don't think there's much to say. I think overall, Gundam has its high points and it has its low points. Unfortunately, you got to sit through a lot of low points. It seems like, to get to those parts where you're like, yeah. and I know they can do fights. I know they can do universal battles. You know, across the galaxy, you can see it.
Oh yeah, I mean, if I was thinking more like one-on-one fights for the most part, but yeah, if we're just talking like sheer fights, man, South Burning in that gun in the GM custom that he had in Stardust Memory. You have the mess team, as you pointed out, Norris Packard in the Goof custom, fighting those gun tanks and taking them down one by one as the whole team can't stop him. Like, oh, it's so good.
Well, as bad as it was on many other levels, G Gundam,
the Bolt Gundam versus the Dragon Gundam.
It had some really good fight scenes.
Yeah. Still haven't seen anything. I'm so sorry. I don't know why it's acting like that for you.
That's funny. All right. I don't know. There's a lot to it. We're gonna shift around. We're gonna keep watching Gundam.
Oh, we're gonna get there. He hasn't seen that one yet, but we're gonna get there. That Stark Jagan fight is incredible.
Yeah. And see, that's what is very interesting about a lot of you Gundam weirdos. You always have somewhere to point. It's like, yes, this is capital B, capital A.
Yes.
B, A.
Yes.
Capital. Right? Well, look here. It's like, yes, that's terrible. I agree with you. That's terrible.
Look back over here.
Yeah.
All right.
Fair enough. I have no argument against that, Dark, for sure.
I'll put it this way: the Bolt Gundam rips off the Dragon Gundam's arms, and it's incredible.
Yeah.
And then Saisaichi's still fighting. He uses his legs and the whip on the back of his helmet. Oh, that's such a good fight. Why can't all the G Gundam fights be like that fight?
Yeah.
Anyway, you want to move on to weeks?
Yeah, we'll move on to weeks.
All right. How's your week been, sir?
Been all right. It's been all right. I did do a little bit of I was at work yesterday for a little while. I know it does me some good, but it really makes me feel bad.
Yeah.
But I was there for a little while. I got a lot of Lotro this week.
Yeah.
Because one Rungren's, my main is at 150.
Yeah.
And then I'm kind of doing just like a lot of extra stuff right now, and while I'm getting real close to the end of the story.
Yeah, understandable.
Pretty sure I'm close to the end of the story.
I'm excited to hear your thoughts on Umbar once it's done. And yeah, of course the ad plays fine, right?
Because it's an ad, yes.
He's lagging out. Oh no, that's terrible.
It is. Let's see, hold on.
Lotra's good stuff. I'm really excited to hear your thoughts on Umbar. I'm excited to get to Umbar myself. I'm still a ways off, but
yeah, we got a lot to go through. But then we had that Monday night. We were doing that, running through, basically tying up loose ends in Edoras.
Yeah,
Rohan, so and get the people to safety, and get all that needs to be taken care of for the war.
Yeah.
Once we're going, then I've got another character, got a warden. I get to play on occasion with Faith Ann.
Yeah.
We played a couple times running through, and we're about where we are with our lore master and brawler. We're about halfway to there.
Okay.
With a warden and minstrel.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that run around, and that was a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
On that. It's cool because it's different. I've played this game by myself for years. Okay. But it's cool, but it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, just how the fights go and everything. It's I can really see I can like what makes the warden really different from the brawler and how they really do play differently. And while I'm really not thinking about it while I'm playing, I'm actually playing both of them a little bit differently.
Yeah.
So it's been a lot of fun. I'm very fortunate to get to run through both of those and getting to go through the story that way.
Nice.
I have one more. I got one more video to make. Shoot, something to look at while the song's playing on YouTube.
Yeah.
To get together and schedule to post, and then all the songs from this album will be done, and they should start hitting on Sunday at 3, like they should.
Nice.
I messed up. I picked the album release date too close. I meant to pick the next month. I scrunch them together at the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't give them time to breathe. To be out there in the world. But they'll start coming out, and then on the February, March, April, May 19th, it'll be where you can listen to digital music, whatever you use, it should be on there.
It's really weird, especially because it was working for you yesterday. I don't understand why it's acting up on you today.
I don't either, because that was a much heavier load on our
Right.
internet here than it is today.
Yeah, it's weird. Is it ad time?
Come on, Nightbot.
I can't trust you, buddy.
Yeah. Let's see.
It doesn't seem like an ad has started. It just keeps telling me soon, so.
Hurry up, Rundgren. Okay, well then how was your week, man?
It was good. Will says, hurry up, Rundgren.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Well, I'll start off by talking about Lotro as well. I am almost done with all of the East Rohan quests. I have the Eastament is done. You have chat, just no video or audio. Oof. Yeah, you can't even get it then, right? No, that's really strange. But almost all the Eastament, East Wall, had started right when we switched over to me, I'm assuming, because we were already on you. Yeah, otherwise, the ads been going for a long time.
I don't know how far they are behind.
Yeah, that's true.
The YouTube stream, the Twitch, anyway, wherever we're streaming, Twitch, it does have a lag that gets behind. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not know. Almost all the east side done, you know. Put you at 78? Okay.
78, fair enough.
I've got just a little bit more in the Wildemore to go. I've gotten all the way into the Balewood and doing everything there, and I'm trying to figure out how to stop Nurzum.
Yeah.
Fun quest in there, helping the Ints of the Balewood and everything there. And then once I've finished that, all of East Rohan is done. And I'll go back and record the audio for I did all the quests in East Rohan. It's going to take a long time to get all that edited down. There's a lot of footage to go through. I'm not even sure the video will come out in April, right? But once I've got the audio recorded, it's just the manual labor of going through the video and finding the relevant footage. So we'll get that done at some point, but that has been a really fun experience. I'm excited to talk about it. Right. Alarm permit score 6. Coming out tomorrow? Nice. Of course. That sounds about right. But no, still liking Lotro a lot. Might be putting on a little break from doing a bunch of Lotro stuff after I get this Rohan side done, because Dawntrail's coming for FF14. We're going to talk about that a little bit more in a minute. But I don't have all of my jobs leveled yet. I still got to do that. So... Yeah. I'm almost done with the 3rd zone for the Fates, for Shared Fate. So I still have about 200 Fates to go.
All right.
So I'm trying to do 10 a day, but I don't always get that done. I still haven't done them yet today. I'm going to try and get them done after the podcast. But it's still really fun. It's fun getting to play around in 14, and I don't love where a lot of the jobs are at in the medium ground of 80 to 90. Like where they were at Monday. I keep reading chat while I'm trying to talk. Where we might try and drag Rundgren into an FF14 episode once.
Afford to play Final Fantasy 14.
There's a free trial. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Where they're at 80, I feel like the jobs play pretty well. But where they're at like 84, 85, I don't really like them all that much. I'm hoping that it comes together at 90, So we'll see. Because the ones that I already have at 90, I do like at 90. They play pretty well. So.
Okay.
Permit score is an interesting mechanic for sure. I'm glad there are different versions of the models, but I don't know. I think I like them more in their base form.
Okay. Is that what permit score means? They got certain different sets of stickers?
Yeah, it's a different effect. You know how in Zeta, the Zeta gets all like red right at the end where Camille channels like the new type powers, all the spirits of the dead and stuff. There's a model kit version for that. And so it's kind of like that. They have an alt mode, and I'm not surprised there's a model kit version for that. And then I've played the Unicorn Overlord demo. I played it up until there is no more demo. And, maybe in a couple weeks I'll pick that one up. But right now I'm broke, so I'm not picking it up right now. But it was fun. I enjoyed the demo. The demo was really good. The game really opens up about 4 hours in. Yeah, it doesn't get explained properly in the show, the permit score stuff. But about 4 hours in, you start getting access to better units. I gotta stop reading chat while I'm talking. You get access to better units and better options for your formations, and it starts to get really fun planning out battles.
Gotcha.
And then I've still been playing FF7 Rebirth. Taking my time, moving through it slow. I'm not rushing. I'm enjoying side content, playing all the mini games, just having a good time. It's very, very nice.
Did you play anyone's after 7 before you played 7?
No, I played 7 first, and then I played Dirge of Cerberus and Crisis Core and all that stuff.
Okay, but have you gone through 8? You've gone through 9, right?
Yeah.
Did you go through 8?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ultimecia.
You did those in order after 7, right?
Yeah, 7, 8, 9.
And 9. Okay. Some people don't play the final, or don't have the opportunity to play the Final Fantasy. They play the one that's out or whatever,
right. Yeah.
And they get their hands back on it. I couldn't remember.
I rented 8 from Blockbuster.
Oh, nice. Going through that. Yeah, I remember the CD cover
to
that. But so from 8 was it's a Final Fantasy game. It's the same, not the same premise, but the same basic, attack.
Yeah.
Magic things you do in that, but they really kind of changed up a lot when they were doing the graphics and everything.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people didn't like.
Yeah.
I wasn't too happy about it first, but then it kind of grew on me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay. So, my question is, after they've done this, now they're making it all prettier. Final Fantasy 7.
Oh yeah.
A little bit different, make it all prettier and do that. Do you think, go to any other one and give it the same treatment?
I don't think so. I if they go backwards, it'll be 6, I think. But I don't think they'll go forwards and do it. Because 8 just got the remaster. 9 got a remaster. 10 got an Ultimate Edition. 12 got the Zodiac Age Edition, Yeah, so I was going to talk about that game later, Dark, because that's probably what we're streaming Friday. Because I got access to that demo. It's publicly available now on Steam. I got access a day early, but didn't have a stream that day. So we're probably going to check that out Friday. It looks very cool.
Yeah.
But I don't really think they're going to do it again because they still have one more game to go in this because it's going to be a trilogy.
Right.
And so by the time they finish that, it's going to be like 2028, 2029. I think we're just going to get Final Fantasy 17 then instead.
Okay.
Because this is not just a remake. This is like drawing in elements from the other games that have come out since in 7, like in that universe. And the other games don't really have that, you know? Like 8 didn't have any follow-ups, 9 didn't have any follow-ups. I guess 9 technically had Crystal Chronicles. It's in that same world. But
yeah, but you still don't have anything as like a follow-up or anything for any other Final Fantasy except for 10.
Yeah.
And you literally have 10-2.
Yeah.
That nobody wanted.
13 did that as well, and everybody hates those as well. I like 13-2. 13-2 is a better game than 13-1, but still not great. But no, I think they're doing this for 7, and if they go back, it'll be 6 because how big a game 6 is. But I don't think they're going to go back.
Okay,
I could be wrong though. And then the last thing I did was build some models. I understand, Remas. I understand. Yeah, we'll see if that actually comes out, but I don't remember if I showed this guy off or not last time, but this is my big bug, the Norn Emissary.
That looks like something out of a Diablo title, dude.
Right? He's for Tyranids.
Yeah, for Diablo 2, that's one of the enemies. It's a model they made for it.
And I was able to find somebody on Etsy selling extra bodies, and so I was able to make a walking Hive Tyrant.
Okay.
Because your GMs need someone to fight.
They need practice.
And then I built some armigers.
Oh, that's cool.
Really,
and that in RoboCop 2.
It kind of does look like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This is the ranged variant.
That man, that is Mech Warrior,
right?
BattleTech looking. Yeah.
They're huge compared to the little guys, you know?
Oh, yeah.
This one, I had to wait to finish working on him. This is the big knight that I got from that store that was going out of business.
Yeah.
These are his legs. They're done. I had to wait for the rest because I need magnets because he's so big. If you want to move him and you don't magnetize the middle, he'll break.
Gotcha.
And so I had to wait to order a special like set of magnets. They weren't expensive or anything, but like somebody has made a special kit of these are all the magnets you need. And then I ordered that, and then I'll be able to finish building the head to go on top of the legs. So
Waverly's having a bad time trying to watch the stream.
Yeah, that's not fun. What the heck? I appreciate how hard you are trying to watch.
Yes. Even though you probably won't hear that. God.
Man. That's pretty much been my week. I've still been like reading One Piece, trying to get caught up on that, and still watching. Oh, I guess I could talk about Supernatural real quick.
Okay, then I got one thing to bring up. Too. All right. Oh, really? That's kind of wild.
Interesting.
Screen problem.
Okay.
That's rough. I did get to catch a couple. I don't know if we talked about it, but a couple episodes of the live action Avatar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now you said after talking to Waverly and I that you're gonna watch it. Now I'm not, I don't know it like she does. Like she enjoyed it. That's her, that's her show.
Right.
But if anybody's thinking about watching it, I've got two things to say about it. I want to throw this in right before he gets into his next point.
Please do.
One, I think it really does look really good. And two, the people that are doing this really do give a crap about the show. Now, I've seen some reactions. I don't know. I've seen the reactions. Like, heck, they're at this point already in the show, and that should be like way later.
Right.
They're like, yeah, that's going through the story real fast. But it looks good. Instead of, okay, fine. Yes, not the movie. No, not. Oh man, M Night. The movie. That what a rude thing to do to people.
Yep.
Oh man. I don't I don't think so. I think if you enjoy it, from what I understand, if you enjoy the show, there's stuff you'll really appreciate in this, and it's gonna be like, yeah, this is the Reader's Digest version. It's kind of rushed. No, not the first Blue Man. You know, The Last Airbender, the Netflix series.
Yeah, that movie, the live action movie, is not good. That is a travesty.
Yeah.
But no, I'm gonna watch it. I'm excited to watch it.
Okay.
But
I think you should. I need some more Avatar fans to watch it. Let's give it a chance.
yeah.
It should have.
Yeah.
It should have.
Yeah. I agree with you.
I don't know if I've ever felt worse for another fan base.
Dragon Ball Evolution was pretty rough, but
Yeah.
I think the Avatar movie is somehow worse.
Yeah, but you have apologists for Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yeah. At least at one point he slides across the top of a car on his hair. Like,
yeah.
They don't do that in Avatar. Yeah, in Avatar.
No, it comes from a place. Well, you see what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
And if you take it like this, you know, their apologists, they try to give you something.
Yeah.
Look to the movie for. Even it's not good. I'm not saying to say it's good, but they'll give you something to look for. You know, in the movie, this was cool. This was cool, right?
Yeah.
With the Avatar movie, it's like you just shot someone's dog in cold blood when you mentioned that.
Yeah.
You know, you looked him in the eye and you shot the dog. They're like, no.
Don't you pull that card with me, Reboss. Don't you pull that card with me. I know the truth. See, there you go. There you go.
See, there you go. See, that's like, yeah, that's the argument in a nutshell, kind of right there.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Supernatural.
I like a lot of Supernatural.
Yeah, I'm still in season 1.
Yeah,
and I'm really enjoying it. The fun part for me, just about every episode, is what is this thing? Trying to figure it out, and then you know I feel like I'm right there with them. You know, trying to get the clues together. And sometimes I have no idea, and sometimes because we've been covering mythology for like a year and a half, I pick it up right away. You know, but I think the character writing is actually pretty good in this first season so far. I know these two characters. I feel like in every scene, I know what they're gonna do. Other than like the first episode. There hadn't been a moment since where I was like, oh, that's not something they would do. It's always been like, yeah, that makes sense for this character, you know?
Yeah. Well, I don't think they go really too hard on it. Because, like, you know Dean. Dean is the kind of guy where, you know, he's going to say something stupid and make you roll your eyes every once in a while. But if it comes down to it, you know, he's the kind of guy, he's the kind of person that has your back.
Yeah.
If he says I'm with you, you know he has your back.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
And Supernatural runs for a really long time, and this is not anything that's spoiler for anything. I've said it before. Runs really long time on the kind of the monster of the week, right?
Right. Which is my favorite way for it to be.
Yeah, and when it's doing that, it's a really fun, really good show. Then later on, it really starts to try to make these whole overarching season-long stories to where it turns from a kind of dramatic sitcom format to more like a drama.
Yeah.
In a way, where a serial drama type thing. And it's all right, but it's not near what it was. And I realize there's a limited amount of monsters you can go out and kill.
Right.
But
I've been really impressed so far. I like it.
Yeah. It's a pretty good show, man. Yeah.
I'm just imagining a flat earther on the side like, man, I just can't get this show. I don't know why I don't like it so much. And a studio head being like, no worries, we got you. Let's just
like Star Trek is full of lies.
Man. Thanks, Dark. No, I just wanted to throw one thing out real quick, because Dean is my favorite character. And I think one of the things that makes Dean so great is you mentioned earlier, like, if he says he's got your back, he's got your back. Dean's the kind of guy to show up to a family barbecue and there's a shotgun in his car loaded with salt, right? Like, he's ready to go already.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like you said, the character writing is good. It takes you a couple episodes to get the characters, but they show you exactly who they are, each person, and you get the family, painful, the kind of the family dynamic and what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's not a super complex. That's why Scooby-Natural works so well, because it's basically it's another version of Scooby-Doo.
So excited to get to that episode.
They don't have a dog and a team. There's just two brothers.
Yeah.
And they're the crazy uncle, whatever.
Yeah.
Or the underground network of hundreds, whatever.
I like it. It's a good show.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, shall we move into reviews?
Probably should.
That's fair. That's 20 times now. Wow. Again, I appreciate your dedication.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, I would have probably given up at this point.
Trying to get that view to count. Thank you.
Yeah.
I know you probably won't hear that, but
you got ice cream last time.
That's a little bit drastic there.
Faith got ice cream 3 times last time. Well, I wanted to go out with a bang here for reviews, so we do have 5 of them.
Oh, God. All right. What do we got?
We're going to start with Unicorn Overlord.
All right. You seem to enjoy that pretty good.
Yeah, I like it.
I don't know.
Have fun, Dark.
Oh, no. All right. Dark lady.
Type numbers and pray.
Right. All right. Friday, Monday. Either one.
Yep.
I look forward to it.
Still in the Discord.
Wonderful week, dear. The 84.
Okay. For anybody who doesn't know, this is a strategy game where you control units and try to take over a continent. That's pretty vague, I know, but that's what it is, 82, 78. I assume an 86 from Waverly. The score is. Yes. Yeah. You got it. 88.
All right. I wasn't too far off.
So, got a couple blurbs for you as usual.
All right.
Digitally downloaded. Chat's working fine for you. That's good. You were one off, Rivas. Digitally downloaded says, I have to go back to 2018 and Nier Automata to think of a game that has stunned me quite as much as Unicorn Overlord. That's not to say I haven't loved plenty of other games in the interim, but I've been waiting for a sequel to Ogre Battle 64 for 25 years now, and this delivers. I'm so glad that Vanillaware was the developer to see the opportunity, because no other team in the industry has the talent to do something like this.
All right. That's pretty high praise. Everybody else sucks except them. Okay.
And then Kakucho Pare says, ultimately, Unicorn Overlord. Every time.
Well,
Excel. Go ahead.
There's a band in the 80s called the Cockatoo Twins.
Yeah.
And but it doesn't matter. And that sounds like that would be a perfect name for one of their albums. Cockatoo Parade.
Well, at least you guys have chat. I mean, it's not wonderful that you don't have anything else, but
that's the important part.
Right. Ultimately, Unicorn Overlord excels in its graphics and its art style. However, the gameplay is mostly just fun for a few hours before it devolves to becoming stale due to repetitiveness and a lot of insignificant mechanics that don't affect the gameplay. On the surface, it looks pretty excellent, but the final 40-plus hour experience from start to finish makes you feel like playing a mobile game. Now, granted, I didn't get to those final hours, but I really firmly disagree there. I don't think the extra mechanics were, tedious. I guess unless they grinded out supports between people, but why? The original score was 88. I realize saying that you probably can't hear that, so I will type it.
Will's done. You can't guess.
Will says, what was the score? Will was quick with that 0.
Yeah. Nothing.
But what do you think for the recommended?
78.
Okay. That was the pattern last time. Okay.
You can't rely on that.
The score is 100%. Remus called it.
No, it's not.
It is.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's bull crap. What a load of crap.
Well, the plus side, at least Remus doesn't have to die.
Yeah, right. That's good. That's good. Give the man some ice cream. Come on, come on. Give it to him. Give him the ice cream. Give it
There
to
you go,
him.
sir. There you go.
Get the ice cream.
Our next game, it's come out to some controversy, and that is Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection.
Oh, this could go so many ways. You know, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to go 82. 82.
Okay, 82. I had to type those to let her know she can't hear. You said 82. Remus says 21.
Yeah.
You both have taken the opposite sides of the divide.
Yes. Let's try to be nice. Yeah, when you can't sit that way, it blurs everything. looks like I'm being interrogated or something.
Will is hoping it's good, apparently.
I promise it's great.
Score is 65.
Okay.
That might give you an inkling of how the launch went.
Well, they haven't got anything right in Star Wars since like 1977, so I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yeah. But why, though, deserves 0. But why, though, says Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection is the perfect way to relive one of the best Star Wars video game franchises. These games may be old, but that doesn't stop new and old players alike from jumping into a galaxy far, far away for the time of their lives. Which is, they're going for the back of the box.
Yeah. Please put us on the box.
But you still says unicorn. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, it's 86, of course. Push Square says Asper has done a serviceable, even admirable job with the porting of its Star Wars titles up to this point, but the Battlefront Classic Collection represents a monumental misstep and a much-deserved blemish on their reputation. These are two beloved games representing some of the very best experiences the Star Wars IP has ever offered. To release these remasters in this state is deeply concerning. Our only solace is the fact that eventually most of the problems should be fixable. So yeah, to give you some context here, as Remus has said, the game only had room for 256 players at launch. You couldn't make private lobbies. You could only play online lobbies with other people. There were only 256 players total out of all the players to be able to play at any given time.
That is so confusing. So I'm like, because I saw that, what Remus had put up, right? The game only had room for 256 players at launch. And I'm like, okay, 256 players per server. That's not really that bad for like game. And then you go, no, 256 players total. I'm like, oh, there's probably a lot more people trying to play that game.
Yep. And it would have been fine if people could have done private rooms.
Yeah.
But they couldn't. Then you had the fact that it was buggy. The fact that it was unoptimized. And it has had some patches since then. It has been buffed up a little bit, but it still has a lot of problems.
I don't know.
Not the unicorn one, no. Star Wars. I forget, you can't see.
You might have to type it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel at this point I almost just want a game company to come out with a game and be like, look, this thing's running real rough. If you would like to get in on this, we're going to be selling this game. We will be releasing patches. And these are our plans and what we need to fix.
Right.
But we are releasing the game for you to purchase now. As there is a lot of it you can play, or a lot of things you can do, especially if you avoid something. Like if I could respect that as much as I'd be like, well, that kind of sucked. You know, fix it. I gotta have a little more respect for that than I do with what, especially when you hear about this Star Wars one and the last the Rockstar Debacle.
Yeah.
You know, not too long ago.
It's a mess.
Don't insult your consumers.
Yeah, and it's not the point that I would say yes they did, but I will say allegedly EA stole a bunch of work from a modder to be able to make these.
That's why I'm trying to get my one of my mods copyrighted, because I think it's going to be big. I'm mixing Bayonetta into like a medieval military sim thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be called Mountain Babe on that, and we're gonna see how it works. But no release date yet.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
No
yep.
Okay.
Okay. What do you think the recommended score is?
54.
All right. We must redeem the sitcom laugh.
That's awesome.
I have to type this out as I say it now. The recommended score is 48%.
Ooh, okay. Dang. We're all shooting to daggum.
Not too fond of that one. People pretty upset.
Yeah. Don't ruin it.
Next up we have... Oh, go ahead.
I'm just wondering, man, if you have a game with enough of a demand to do this, you know, what is the end goal of botching it? You know?
I have no idea. It makes no sense to me.
I'm pretty sure you could have remade the whole game, made it look exactly like it did, and it run a lot better on a new engine.
Yep.
With much better graphics and sound.
Yep.
And nobody been like, hey, no. You know.
I didn't even need it to run better. Just give me the original game. Playable today, no problems, because the old one has been like no servers for a while.
Be compatibility mode here. Come on.
I feel so bad for Waverly. You can't hear me say it, but I feel so bad for her. Next up is Rise of the Ronin. This is a samurai game, as you might figure.
No, it's not.
It's a Ronin game, but they're going for samurai game like Tsushima and stuff like that. You know. Yeah, it's true. The modern one for Battlefront 2 is not even terrible anymore.
I don't know. I kind of want a game like this to be good.
Okay.
A game like this can be so easy to just be like, to make it crap. But when it's pulled off well, there's so many good stories around that time period. Which I'm guessing is in that time period.
Right, it is.
So either in the Age of War or the Edo period.
Mm-hmm.
More likely.
I think it's Edo, yeah.
Edo,
double check.
So that's awful. Yeah, well, I used to like RTV too. I don't know. I'm gonna go 84 again. I'm gonna go 84.
Okay. It is. I will raise this while we go because it looks like it is in the late Edo.
Okay. That's like right before or right during the Industrial Revolution then.
Yeah, it's right before the start of the Meiji era.
Okay. Right on. 86 from Waverly.
The score is 76.
I was so close to picking that. All right, fine.
Almost.
Yeah, I didn't get no ice cream. That's all right. That's all right. We've got some more chances.
So the Beta Network, what an interesting name, says Rise of the Ronin is a fantastic adventure with a branching story, challenging combat that rewards mastery, and a beautiful open world. The stunning visuals, entertaining characters, and world filled to the brim with engaging quests will keep you hooked, but beware of the uneven voice acting and overflowing loot. Which tells me this is a Team Ninja game, right? That's the problems with Neo. That I love Neo, but man, Neo is covered with loot. You are constantly having to throw stuff away.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, you got another one? Was that?
I do, yes.
Yes.
Gaming Age. Yeah, Remus is on his 2/3. That's very true.
Okay.
Will's got your back, Remus.
No joke, man.
Gaming Age says Rise of the Ronin genuinely disappointed me. It was, above all else, boring, which is a cardinal sin of video game design. The disjointed mechanics and inability to step firmly into a genre or style hamstrings what could have been a solid game and leaves it feeling incredibly disjointed and unpleasant to play. Every time I sat down to boot up Rise of the Ronin was a chore, and video games should never feel that way.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the open world fatigue, right? Like it's setting in for a lot of people.
Well, I don't know. I kind of wonder about like superhero movie fatigue, things like that. I kind of wonder if that's a little bit of a cop out.
Sure.
When you go look at them, they're using both games and the movies are using the same beats.
Yeah.
The same, there's nothing new.
Yeah.
Or original about it. Not necessarily new, really original about it.
I think that's partly why like Rebirth's open world stuff doesn't bother me when I'm so tired of open world games. Because like when I get to Rebirth's open world stuff, there's mini games there to do. There's different things than what I've been doing in other open world games. It's not just, hey, go climb a tower and do a thing here. There are towers, but normally it's like, hey, there's a boss protecting that tower, or there's a mini game over here to do to unlock this thing. That's right. You're also at 1 of 3. I think that helps a lot, and it seems like Rise of Ronin isn't doing that. Or jumping puzzles. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go 74.
Fill out the map for reasons.
Right.
74, you say. Okay. Recommended score is... I gotta type it out. 62%.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, not as high as people were probably hoping it would be. But could still be a really good game. It's not on my list for this year so far. But in 6 months, if it comes up with a really good deal or something,
might give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
Fair enough.
Next up, we have Princess Peach Showtime.
Make sure you have safe search on.
Right.
The
Look, Remus, I was trying to type, okay.
Princess Peach Showtime. All right. Well,
for anybody who doesn't remember, this is the standalone Peach game where she changes costumes to get different powers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know who this game is for. 82. 82.
Okay.
90 because it's Nintendo is not a bad argument.
Yeah.
And Cake is a Lie is also a good score as well.
The score is 76.
Yeah. All right. Fine.
So this one was tough. It's our first like big Nintendo release for the year. And so it was kind of tough to find reviews that weren't just trying to be on the back of the box, you know?
Okay, yeah.
There are some that I think gave some good information here, but I'm going to go ahead and jump down. Normally I try to get like a 10 out of 10 review and then a lower review. I'm going to have to jump down a little bit to get past the, hey, we won on the box. Love us, Papa Nintendo. Destructoid says, I was pleasantly surprised by Princess Peach Showtime, and the aforementioned unpredictability is a huge reason why it will likely remain in my permanent rotation of Mario games going forward. I'd love to see Nintendo give more mascots a showcase like this, with a similar go-for-broke variety format. Keep them coming. And that is one thing I heard a lot about this game, that it was kind of difficult in some ways, and that the costumes were the big thing. Kind of what Balan Wonderworld was trying to do, but with actual design behind it. You know?
Can't jump!
With an actual idea. However, the gamer says Princess Peach Showtime is a very approachable game and tries a lot of different ideas, which makes it perfect for extremely casual players or a younger audience. It's just a shame that it doesn't capture the kids of all ages feeling of Mario's Adventures or the aforementioned Luigi's Mansion. It's more like a Yoshi's Crafted World, which makes sense as the two games were developed by Goodfeel. Though a significant step up from Super Princess Peach Showtime tries a little too much, and that means its best performances are overshadowed by discordant notes from the understudies. I almost got through that whole thing without messing up. And that is the other big thing that I've heard, is that sometimes it's really hard, and then sometimes it's really easy, and it seems like it does this a lot.
Yeah.
And it makes it really hard to find like a good rhythm. But
dirty casuals.
I also think it's really off-putting the way they marketed this one, of like, it's the first game in the Mario series where Peach is the main playable character. Well, as that blurb mentions, which is one of the reasons I wanted to bring it up, she's been playable before, both in Mario World 3 and then in Peach Superstar. She's playable in Mario Party. She's, you know.
No, hold on, wait. She was playable in 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you could be Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, or the pink dinosaur thing.
Birdo, yeah.
Birdo, something like that, I think.
Yeah, and the DS game was Superstar. She had her own game there. And that's why I don't like the marketing. She's also playable in the Mario and Rabbids games.
Yeah.
I don't. She's playable in Smash. I don't like the idea of this is her first game when it's just not the case.
Not even close.
Yeah.
No.
And I think that soured some people's opinion on the game, because I've seen a lot of pushback for that, and I can't blame people for being upset about that.
Or like, there's no reason to lie to sell the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you think the recommended score is going to be?
I'm going to go 66. I'm going to be a little bit harsh on Nintendo.
Okay. Recommended score is...
70 is a good pick, too.
60%.
60 even, huh? Okay.
60 even.
All right.
One last game for tonight, and then we'll move into announcements and news, which won't take too long, I don't think. We don't have that much to talk about.
Okay.
But Dragon's Dogma 2. I'm glad you got 3 last time. That's fair.
No joke. Goodness.
So this game is also not without its controversies, right? I want to clarify, I have not yet played this game. I love the first game. I am definitely biased towards wanting it to be good. But it came out with an uncapped frame rate that had a hard time getting above 30. It came out with a bunch of microtransactions because it's Capcom. You can absolutely get through the game without any of those. They're not thrown at you from the menu or anything. But on stream, sorry, I forgot to change the game for Faith. We are now on Dragon's Dogma. I understand why she'd be confused.
This game's weird to me because this game seems like it should be old.
Yeah. It is the old game again, right? It's following those same design principles.
But it's not a remaster.
Right. It is a brand new game in that series, but it is not different from that. It has some things different, but
Okay.
A lot of people say that playing it feels like playing Morrowind or Skyrim with better controls. Because it is that kind of game. It expects you to be there for the long haul. It is hard to get around the world. You know. And when it comes to the microtransactions, one thing that I think is very important to mention is I don't like them being there. I'm not going to defend them being there. But I think one thing that people have... The last one... I think one thing that a lot of people have forgotten is that Capcom does this for every new game that comes out of theirs. Monster Hunter Rise had 40 microtransactions on launch. Resident Evil, Devil May Cry 5. I'm not saying that makes it okay, but I think it's really weird for people to suddenly smack back at Dragon's Dogma like it's its fault. Just because, well, this is not the game I like. I liked those games, so I'll let it slide there.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, well, no, you got to hold it accountable for all of them. You can't just be mad at this one for it.
Right.
But we'll see. We'll see, chat. 50p. Right. That's highway robbery. What are you thinking?
I'm going to go with a nice 76.
Okay.
It's a hot new thing. It's a new hotness.
The score is 88. Yeah, even though they're like legitimately not intrusive at all, and you can collect them in game. Yeah, 100%. So, got some blurbs for you. Okay. These blurbs are really fun. I think we got some good blurbs here today. So, the first one is from the 6th Axis. It says, Dragon's Dogma 2 is a triumph of a game that wants you to just take your time and see everything you possibly can. You'll be constantly pulled from your path by a new cave, a random quest, a chest one of your pawns has found, random fights, and it's all part of the experience. I adore this game, and while it has some aspects I think some will find too clunky, it's a masterpiece.
Okay.
And then PC Games In. We've never covered their review. I think it's kind of poetic that we're finishing reviews off here with a new place that had a really wonderful review. I read the whole thing on their website. And it says, for better and for worse, Dragon's Dogma 2 is a faithful reimagining of Hideaki Itsuno's flawed yet ambitious action RPG. Those who rise to the challenge of meeting it on its own terms are suitably rewarded, but a deluge of trash mobs, restricted fast travel, and endemic hardware issues will be a deal breaker for many. They were very fair in their review. They talked about all the good stuff from Hideaki Itsuno's vision, from the fun moments of climbing a monster to the silly moments of accidentally destroying your cart that you're riding in, and the guy that was driving the cart just getting up and going, sorry, no rides today, miss, and then just walking away.
Yeah.
To the actual like problems of performance and the things falling into the ground and things like that, you know?
Yeah, well, the hardware compatibility is kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. Hopefully they fix it soon, but it absolutely is a problem. I'm hoping by the time, you know, I can get around to getting the game, they'll have fixed it, but if not, it makes me not in a rush to get it, even though I want to play it so bad, because the longer I wait to pick it up, the better a chance it'll be fixed, you know?
All right. So, I'm assuming scoring. You got anything else to read?
No, that's everything I got for you. We'll talk about it a little bit more in news, but that's everything I have for now.
All right, then we're going to go with 76.
Okay. That one doesn't have a sound, Faith. What are you changing my name to? You can't even hear me. Oh, okay. That's fair. All right.
Let you get that taken care of right quick.
Yes. Let me give you the recommended score, then I will change it.
Okay.
Recommended score is 95%. Despite all those problems, people still think it's great.
Okay. Wow.
That has me very excited for the game.
Yeah. Right. Hustle around. Yeah. That's rough. All right. They think it's great then. Okay.
Also, now we have a sing mode. So now you have to put up with this. 3 minutes on the clock as we move into announcements.
Oh, perfect timing. Go for it, man.
Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail has a release date, and it's June 28th.
Okay, so we're not going to see you for a while.
Nope.
Midsummer.
I'm going to get lost for a while.
Yes.
Oh,
I see that.
Remas has also redeemed an IRL word ban. We can't say that word for the next 5 minutes, I think it is.
Well, it would help if I knew what the word was.
It is AND.
Okay.
Watching both those timers now.
All right.
The collector's edition went on pre-order, but it was the big one that had the super statue and stuff, and it was like $400, so I didn't bother, and also it was broken.
Word.
Ah, no! No!
Yeah, like 3 times there, man.
No!
Not did you use it, you sung it.
I'm focusing on singing, and I'm not. No!
Yeah.
4! I'm focusing on singing, not thinking, am I?
All right, then.
Oh, we have another redeem for a name change, and it is for you, good sir. No, I said it again! You are now Maestro.
All right, well, thank you. That's a good one. I can go with that. Thank you much.
Okay, anyway, the big pre-order released, and no! People had lots of problems getting it, but I think they've got all that fixed now. Every time I said the word, it goes another minute.
Okay. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. Through that. So that's
Go ahead.
Dawntrail release and you breaking down. So what is the what do you got next year?
So next up is I'm being so careful with my words. Next up is the Slay the Princess, the End of Everything update.
Okay.
This is not the final update that's coming to Slay the Princess. It's not the Pristine Cup, but it will fix a problem that had come up. So when they announced the Pristine Cut, a lot of people said, well, I just won't buy the game until that comes out. There's no point in me playing it because there's no ending. Like the Pristine Cut has the final ending.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah.
So they split that off where the ending itself is coming out as part of this update, which is free, and then you can buy the extra side stuff with the Pristine Cut.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool. With that. There's a lot. I know you enjoyed that game quite a bit.
Yeah.
Playing through that. Free updates are always good. And then they'll have the Pristine Cut, you said? That's the big shiny nice version.
Yeah, that'll have all the final content, all the new versions of the princess, and all that fun stuff. So I'm still waiting for that to do my big replay. Because why not? I've already seen the old ending. I'll see the new ending along with all the new cut,
Fair enough.
So the Pristine Cut originally was going to be free. They haven't said it's not going to be, but this was going to be the big... Actually, no, hold on. I'm sorry. It says it right here. The Pristine Cut is still going to be free. They did mention that, and I just completely missed that somehow. So,
okay, cool.
I've been having to stop and think about every word I say so I don't say that word.
Okay.
But, no, it seems pretty cool. I'm excited that it's all going to be free. I missed it, Rimas. That's what. No, I'm excited for that. I like that game a lot.
Right on.
And then our last announcement here is Sea of Stars is adding, very strangely, a 3-player mode.
Okay, is this going to be local, online, what?
It seems like it's going to be local. Couch co-op is what they said. But basically, in combat, I don't think I said another one. I don't think so, did I? I thought I was being good. I might have missed one in there.
No, I don't think so.
I'm still being careful because technically, because of how many times I said it, it's got like another 5 minutes on the original 5. But the way Sea of Stars works, you have 3 different party members in combat, and you control all 3 of them. No!
Right.
That was one.
Right.
That was one. But it gets another minute. But in combat, you control all 3. This mode would make it where each player controls one of the 3.
Yeah.
But also, when you're in the overworld, you have control of your character still. So instead of them all following one person,
okay,
the 3 can move around separately on their own, which
that sounds cool.
I have no idea how that's going to work in the map. I feel like you're going to get like people doing puzzles that other players will never get to see. But, you know, who knows? It might be fun to play around with.
Maybe so.
Yeah, couch co-op.
They got yeah, I think there's a lack of good couch co-op out there. I think
Agree.
there's some. But there is a lack.
I wish they were adding a better story.
Let's do that. Very good.
That was my most disappointing game of 2023. Sea of Stars.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they did have a lot of trouble with it at the get-go, right?
Yeah.
They actually ended up having to do a lot of like backpedaling and work to get it to fit like a working level almost.
Well, and then they had no. And they also had I did it again, trying not to say it. Come on, me. They also had all the problems with the completionist that caused them a lot of bad press. So they, you know, they've had their fair share of difficulties getting this game out. But
okay.
Bob. Yeah, now Bob is in the game. I'm just watching that timer go up on the IRL word ban.
All right.
But that's all the announcements that we have for tonight.
Okay.
So we'll move into the news, and I've had another. Thank you, Shar. Okay, my name has changed again.
So you're no longer Treyfish?
I am now the word I can't say.
Oh, okay.
Never.
At this point, they're just trying to help you.
Thank you.
Remember.
I am very curious if you have heard of this game or not, but Undawn has bombed.
No. When I got the docket, I was like, wow, okay. 1, what a dumb name. And 2, I wonder if it helped.
No.
I said it, sorry.
No, you did.
Yeah, you got me on that one.
So, this was an open world survival Zambino shooter.
Okay.
That launched in June on mobile, and I tried not to say it and said it anyway. Also launched on PC. It features Will Smith.
Oh, that's it.
Somehow that was not enough to save this game.
You don't say. You don't say.
I think the funniest thing about the coverage is that Kotaku put out their video saying Undawn was dead. All of the responses, I skipped the word there. I caught it and skipped it.
Yeah, okay.
All of their responses to that on their tweets and on their site were, what is this game? Am I the only one who didn't know this game existed?
I didn't.
I had no idea. Apparently, Will Smith showed it on his YouTube channel, did a stream of it. Never heard of it. Tencent completely failed in this one. It flopped hardcore.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Now, Kotaku reached out for numbers on how much would you say you spent here. Tencent didn't answer any of those questions. But they said that hundreds of people from the team could get shuffled to other games. And that the highest peak of players was 8,531 players. That was it total. So I figured out what happened to Dad Joke, by the way. The server that was hosting the dad jokes, where it would pull from the list, no longer exists.
Oh.
So I've got to try and find another server to be able to pull those from. You know, if nothing else, this has taught me that I use that word far too much, and I need to teach myself not to use. No, I said it again! No! Anyway, Undawn flopped. That's really all there is to that story. It just it died. Nobody knows why. It just died.
Well, Will Smith, if you're watching, I understand you're still kind of having a hard time. I have a couch. You know, you can crash on it. I know why Charlie Mack is the first out of the limo. We can make some songs, do some stuff. You can get away from the world for a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just let you know. Woo. No, they didn't work yesterday.
They were broken yesterday. So, our next news story. Let's talk about Dragon's Dogma 2 launch.
Yeah.
Plurals get weird there. We talked about the... Oh, she can't hear why I said it wasn't working. That's right. We talked about... I'll tell her later. We talked about the microtransactions and everything there. We talked about the frame rate. I said it again. I said and everything there. We talked about all of that. There's another reason the launch was rough. So have you heard about Dragon's Plague?
Is that a virus the game has?
It is a virus.
Oh.
It's not a virus that your computer gets. It is a virus that your pawns can get. So in Dragon's Dogma, you summon a pawn that is your pawn, and then other players can download your pawn, and whatever. I said, and again, whatever experiences your pawn has found in the world, it takes to other players' worlds with it. And you download 2 other pawns from friends or other people, and you can...
do you?
Yeah, you can. I said, and again. You can download other pawns from other players or from streamers or stuff like that. I said, and again. It's going to be banned for the rest of the stream. But, Remas, I'm going to get you back for this. The next time we have a duel in whatever game we play. The next time you and I play Helldivers, I'm dropping a 500 kg on you.
That's all there is to it.
Thank you, Faith. Thank you. If you download a pawn that has red eyes, which is also an eye color you can choose to give your pawn.
Okay.
Or if your pawn suddenly becomes incredibly aggressive, it means they have contracted the dragon plague. You have a better one? Oh boy. With Dragon's Plague, if you stay at the inn in a town... Oh, he's changing your name again. If you stay at the inn in town... That's the wrong one. Well, what would you like Rungren's name to be? If you stay at the inn in town, the pawn that has contracted Dragon's Plague will become a dragon and slaughter every NPC in the town.
All right.
This
is a bad thing.
That's a problem.
Okay, never mind.
There is a single tooltip that comes up the first time you encounter someone with Dragon's Plague to tell you about it. Okay, we're changing you back to Rungren. That's nice, but I'm going to put that question mark on the end of it. There are ways around it. If your pawn has contracted Dragon's Plague, you can shove them off a cliff into the ocean and drown them, and when they respawn, they'll have... I said it again! When they respawn, they'll have no more Dragon's Plague. If it is a downloaded pawn, you can send them away. When you re-download them, they won't have Dragon's Plague anymore.
Okay.
We have a new banned word, which is YOU.
All right. So
they're making this difficult now.
And is okay now.
Yeah, I can use and as much as I want now.
Okay.
But when persons download these pawns that have contracted this disease, they have to send them away, and when they try to bring them back, they will be able to, be free of it. Right, they're clean of the infection. Eventually, it seems like the NPCs will come back to town. They will respawn. This was a real big debacle at launch. People were throwing a fit. They were upset. How was I supposed to know this could happen? And that's fair, Rebus. How was I supposed to know? This isn't fair that this happened to me. I don't have a save from before this happened. My last save was hours ago. First off, always save. Just always. But I understand why people would feel like, I said you. I understand why people could feel betrayed by this turn of events. But it's part of the magic of this series of that's the kind of thing that can happen in Dragon's Dogma at any time. Okay. I understand why people don't like it. It immediately made me excited. But thankfully, the devs thought about it. They can bring... The NPCs will return to the town eventually. So, it's just an inconvenience. It's not a game-ending state.
Okay.
But it led to a lot of problems along with the other launch problems that we've talked about where people were not happy. But it had... When it first launched, it actually had a really bad score on Steam because of the microtransactions and the performance and then the Dragon's Plague. But... Gotcha. Especially because most players wouldn't find Dragon's Plague till after their refund time was up. So people thought it was a trick to try and get you to buy items, but there were no microtransactions that would bring back NPCs. So I said you again!
Yes, you did.
So, how does it happen? Where when I'm trying to avoid the word, it happens more. Anyway, that's Dragon's Dogma. It's a better game than people gave it credit for, and they're seeing it now, so... It does have its problems, for sure. What were you going to say? I'm sorry. You!
Nothing. I have nothing to say.
I'm glad the podcast is dying.
I think it was covered well.
Finally, Baldur's Gate 3. No DLC.
Which is kind of a surprise to me, really.
Yeah.
No expansion or anything. I really thought they would build on this game a little bit further.
I thought they would too.
At least past. It's like I understand why you stop at level 12.
Mm-hmm.
I understand very well why that's the place anyone would stop.
Yeah.
But with all the extra time, it seems they have. Excuse me, I said it. They have time to expand on that and deal with those later spells and stuff.
For sure. It feels to me because the CEO said
the game, a new game, and that's like now we're doing a new one.
Yeah. The CEO said that they originally tried to make DLC and everyone in the studio hated it. It wasn't fun for them. They didn't enjoy working on it. And ultimately, they decided that they didn't like 5e as a system enough to continue using it. They didn't like it past 12, as you said. Understandable. And so they just moved on. They want to make something brand new. They don't want to make Baldur's Gate 4. They want to make something new.
Okay.
People are a little upset, as you might expect. I said you!
Pathfinder rules. It's fine. We'll deal with that.
Yeah. That's my hope, is that's what they'll do. I think it would actually work really well in Pathfinder rules. It's much easier to balance high-end content, I would think, with everybody has 3 actions. Your more powerful stuff takes more actions, you know?
Right. I do.
You! I can tell every time on that face, I'm trying not to say the word, whenever I say the word.
Yes.
Anyway, that's all our news.
Okay.
You got anything for you? No! Ah! Remas, you have slayed me. It's your turn.
My corner, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, well, so we always start with a happy birthday. And I would like to say happy birthday to Choi Woo-shik, the South Korean Canadian actor. And if you've seen Train to... Sorry, I said it. If you've seen... I said it again. But that was a contraction, so I don't know if that counts.
Yeah.
But the movie Train to Busan...
I love that movie.
That's a great movie. He's in that. And what was the movie that came out? Parasite.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Parasite, but I know I got a lot of really good reviews. People seem to really, really enjoy that one. All right. I'll tell y'all about some things going on in the Richmond Wildlife Center in Virginia.
Okay.
So apparently, on Tuesday, the executive director, Melissa Stanley, posted a video to the center's Facebook page.
Real quick, I do need to stop you just for a moment. I'm so sorry.
No problem.
Another word has been banned. You is now available again.
Okay.
You cannot say SUPERCALIFRAG. Yeah, you can't say the rest of it, right?
You got it.
Please continue.
All right. Anyway, she posted up on Facebook. Apparently, a young orphan fox has made their way into their care. Now, this is a very young fox. And so they are taking all kinds of precautions so it doesn't imprint on the human figure.
Yeah.
So in that Facebook video, she is dressed as a fox. She has a fox mask on. They've got the little kit fox laying off on a stuffed toy of a fox, feeding it there. And they do all this, they say, and make it a much higher chance of introducing it back into the wild.
Nice.
So far, I do not have a comment from the fox. It's remained quiet. The kit was found by a man that was walking his dog down an alley.
Oh.
And when he went to go pick it up, the way it was curled up and got hiding down, he thought it was a kitten. And it was so young that the umbilical stump was still attached.
Oh.
So when it was found, it was less than 24 hours old.
I'm glad he found it.
Yeah. They tried to find if there was a den, the mother was around or anything like that. They tried to find that. They couldn't find anything. They did find a couple of dens, or I think what might have been the den site, but a few days prior, foxes had been trapped and removed. And they think what happened is actually this kit fell out of the back of the trapper's truck.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they've been feeding it, wearing this mask and everything for every 2 to 4 hours. They gotta put the mask on and feed it.
Yeah.
And she's got other smaller stuffed animals that she cuddles up with. It is done with the plan. Nobody's taking this home. It is done with the plan of putting this fox back in the wild.
Yeah.
And because they're very social when they're little, they actually were like reaching out to other places. Like, hey, are y'all nursing any fox kits?
Yeah.
We need them to be around foxes. And they have found 3 that are in North Virginia.
Okay.
And it will be transferred there. And they'll be put together for a while before released back in the wild. Now, I've got a video I don't think we'll be able to put up. I wish I had just a good photograph.
Right.
But the real point of this, and the one thing I need you all to remember is if you remember correctly, for months, I have talked about the animal uprising. And now it looks like the furries are allying with them. We may be in trouble.
Yep. Let's be careful.
Okay. The canon story, I'm changing it. They think the mother might have been killed by the neighbor.
Yep.
And they didn't find any other fox kits to raise it with, so they can raise it with a hound.
Yep.
I think people who are important will be happy with that version of the story.
It's a beautiful story.
All right. Well, that's the news. So the kit's doing all right. The other 3 kits they found, it's adopted siblings, so to speak. It will be with them soon, and hopefully within the year be transferred back out to the wild.
Awesome.
I know.
Very cool. All right. Well, as we move into plugs, I did just want to mention that I've just realized that when it was your turn to talk, Remas went nice on you. He went easy on you. So you and Remas you working against me here?
Not saying anything. Plead the fifth.
So as we throw it here to the outro, do you have any plugs, good sir?
No, I just appreciate everybody that's been with us through this, sort of input. Everybody's made a comment and gave your thoughts on anything. That's really awesome.
Yeah,
that's what the best thing about doing this show is. We get to have a discussion with Trey and everything, and react to what y'all have to say about it. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's nothing. Everybody's kind of like meh, and then other times it kind of starts kind of a little bit of a firestorm. People got lots to say about it. And we just really, really appreciate the interaction and everything.
Yeah.
Through this. We're not gone forever, but I realize as far people a lot of times have a very tight schedule. So we're going to do something live. Oh no. But no, I just honestly really, really appreciate all y'all. Thank you.
Yeah. Coffee as always. Char, as always. It has meant a lot these years. And like I said, we're still going to be doing Monday and Friday. We're still going to be here. Friday, we're going to be checking out Mecha. What is it called? I don't want to pull up Steam because it'll start trying to download an update. I think it's called Mecha Break. No, that's the other game. It's Mecha Builder. Mech Builder.
Mech Builder.
We're going to be checking that out Friday. And then Monday, we'll be back for Lotro. So we'll still be here for those. The YouTube videos will still be going up. So have a good time there. And, of course, we'll be on the Discord. You can reach us there. Check out Runger's music. Hear a cry? Now the stream's running fine. Look, if you can hear us now, Waverly, I appreciate your dedication to this stream.
Yeah. Oh, that's
You
rough.
proved to be the most dedicated of us all.
Right? Wow.
No, we appreciate y'all very much. So I'm going to plug y'all. Y'all, thanks so much. Appreciate you so much.
Good.
Anything else then before we close?
No, hope to see some folks Monday.
Yeah. Come talk to us about Gundam and about News Monday. Until next time then, I've been Trey.
I've been Rungman.
And this has been the Full Spectrum Podcast. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum life has to offer.